Revenue Services, Customs and GST in 2015 exam. So currently I am posted as Assistant Commissioner GST in Jalandhar, sir.
In Jalandhar?
Yes.
That's your hometown?
Yes, sir.
And where did you medicine from?
Sir, AIMS, sir, New Delhi.
So, have you done that course in Lal Bahadur Shastri or not yet?
No, sir. Sir took exemption from it because I wrote the exam again. So, sir, that's not mandatory for IAS. So, I did not do the foundation course.
Oh, great. So, what makes you, after doing your medicine, this is a standard question which you must have. Were you asked this question last time in your
yes, sir.
actual interview?
Yes, sir.
They asked you this question?
Yes, sir.
And what is the answer you gave?
Sir, that civil services provides a much bigger platform, and sir, it has much more diversity, sir. And sir, that's something that attracted me to appear for civil services.
But then why did you do the medicine at all?
Sir,
that you would have known that time also?
Sir, actually, sir, when we select medicine or non-medicine, sir, at that time, sir, our decision is mostly based on what our father or sir, parents or what society thinks, sir. So we are too young at that time to make a decision for ourselves. So at that time, sir, and plus I was interested in studying medical subjects. That's why I took, sir.
So what advantage do you have over a person who's done political science honors? Or does he have an advantage over you for handling an administrative service?
Sir, I believe everyone brings a different perspective to the service. A doctor will bring his own perspective. A political scientist will bring his own perspective. I have developed, sir, a scientific temperament, sir, how to approach a problem. Like first I will go for the diagnosis of the problem. Then I will try to see what is the treatment to be done. And finally, sir, what to do, what not to do, sir. So that medicine has helped me in developing that.
But in complex administrative problems, at times it is the intuition which is developed by a political mindset which is more appropriate than this scientific approach. Scientific approach is in a scientific environment or in an organized environment, say in the military or in, say, an academic institution. But when you come to a chaotic state, the way district level things, do you think that will work?
Sir, in that circumstances, my training after getting selected would obviously come in handy, because during the administrative training, sir, I learned that part also. But currently, I will bring my own perspective, and anything I am ready for any type of training, sir.
But and if you are not trained, then I need to pick up those people for training who have a mindset in that direction. Yeah? I am not going to train people from scratch.
Sir, I already have that mindset, sir, and I am open to learning new things, sir.
Yeah. So, as a person with a medical background,
yes, sir,
one of the expectations from you would be that to contribute to the, let us say, to the public health system in the country.
Yes, sir.
So, tell us, what are the 2 or 3 problems you think face the public health scenario in the country, and what are the few policy prescriptions you would say? Let us be very quick and with in concise, very briefly. What are the 2 or 3 problems you think public health faces in the country today?
So, first problem is at the primary level, sir. Our primary health infrastructure is weak, so we need to strengthen that. Secondly, sir, we need to educate people about the lifestyle diseases that are developing, because majority of diseases now are moving towards lifestyle pattern. And sir, thirdly, we need to bring the cost down so that the common man also has access to good quality health care.
And with regard to policy prescriptions, how do you think we should go about it?
So regarding the first issue, that is strengthening primary health care, sir, we need to strengthen the PHCs. Already steps have been taken, but we need to strengthen it even further. We need to develop a cadre of frontline healthcare workers. That is the first one. So regarding the problem of access that people can get, we need to incentivize private sector as well. So in that case, like public-private partnership models need to be established, sir.
But aren't this contradictory? The public-private model, which is already somewhat being prescribed by certain kind of a social insurance model. The government is abdicating the responsibility of building infrastructure now. It is saying that let us have a social insurance model whereby anybody who is sick will be taken care of, and the government will partially subsidize a part of the amount. Right? And do you think that this will be a good model? Because this cuts into this whole argument of infrastructure.
So for right now, sir, I think this model has to be adopted, but this can't be a long-term solution. Ultimately, we have to pump in the funds, we have to get the money and build the infrastructure, especially at primary level. But for now, sir, this insurance model, I think it will work for now, sir.
What percentage of India's population is above 60?
Sir, I have a rough estimate, sir. I think it's around 10%, sir.
10%?
Yes, sir.
Do you know that AIIMS has a geriatrics department?
Yes, sir.
Do you think that similar such departments would come up in every other state hospitals and state-supported hospitals?
Sir, definitely.
Yeah?
Yes, sir.
But only the 10%. Do you still think it is worth it?
Sir, but now the aging population would increase in the coming years. Sir, like by 2045, 2050, the percentage of people in the older age group will increase because our healthcare facilities have improved. So we have to think long term, and in that terms, I think every hospital should have a geriatrics ward.
In whatever you are saying, are you thinking beyond the Ayushman Bharat scheme?
Sir, that can also cover, sir. Ayushman Bharat doesn't prescribe whether the person is whatever age group. It is...
No. Even including all that you have said before. You know, about infrastructure and all that. Do you think Ayushman Bharat covers everything?
Sir, it doesn't cover everything. Sir, only inpatient expenses it is covering.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
And that can be defended under the public-private model.
Sir, like I said, Ayushman Bharat cannot be a long-term solution.
Yes. Okay. Yeah.
In the long term, you feel we have to switch back to public infrastructure for healthcare?
So strengthen the public infrastructure, sir, especially at primary level.
No, but then if today you are saying that we have PPP model, outsourced model, and then all that private infrastructure will come up, and after, in the long run, you are saying that we switch back to strengthening the public infrastructure. How will that work?
So the way I see is not about switching back. The way is that till the public sector has developed its competencies, till that time the private sector would help.
Why not let the private sector proliferate alongside?
Because, sir, the private sector will always have a profit motive, and we need.
So let the profit be there. You create a model by which, in last 70 years, we have proved that wherever we use a government-owned infrastructure in any field, the army today is thinking of outsourcing half of its jobs. Their inefficiency creeps in. And now I can agree that I'm not saying close the government infrastructure, continue to develop both and give them profit, because here also we go into loss. If I am able to provide healthcare at the cost of 1,000 rupees per head, and the private sector is giving it to me at 950 plus making his profit, should I have a problem with that?
No, sir.
Same quality.
In that case, it's not an issue. But sir, the thing is, private sector would always be charging more, and for the common man, it will be very difficult to pay that. Here is where the government will come in and will subsidize. And what is happening?
Government will still not be able to provide even at that cost the same thing. I hope you agree with me on that.
Yes, sir.
Right. So to have long term, I can agree with you on one thing, that continue to strengthen your public health infrastructure. With the size of India and the way it is growing, even if you have thousands of public and thousands of private, they will still be short. Why are you thinking of getting higher reliance on the public sector? Both should grow. Quality infrastructure should grow in both, and that is what might be able to meet the requirement of the country. Nice.
Yes, sir.
So quality control in both, price competitiveness in both.
Yes, sir.
Should be the agenda, but I don't think so.
What are your functions and duties as GST officer?
Sir, as an assistant commissioner, sir, I have various responsibilities and powers. Sir, first is the return filing that they do. I have a system that's called the AIU, the all-in-one computer system, where I can monitor the number of returns that are being filed. Then, sir, in certain GSTNs are cancelled because they have not filed return for a certain period of time. So as an assistant commissioner, I have the power to revoke that cancellation as and when that person has filed the return. Then, sir, I have to overlook, I'm in charge of the division, and the administrative responsibilities fall on me, and sir, related functions.
What are the challenges?
So currently biggest challenge is manpower, sir. In our service, the manpower shortage is there, especially at the lower level. I do not have enough inspectors and superintendents working, so I have to give multiple charges to the inspectors and superintendents. Secondly, sir, the IT infrastructure is quite vulnerable right now. The returns, like for example I said about the returns, the data doesn't get updated in time. So sometimes what the AIO shows as non-filer, but that person has already filed. So a lot of related issues are there, sir.
But why did we launch the GST if this infrastructure wasn't in place?
Sir, that's one of the biggest issue with GST, that we had to launch it, but our IT infrastructure is still not robust enough to support it. But the government is taking, sir, suitable steps to improve it, sir.
Suitable kya lenge? How will they increase the wavelength and all that?
Sir, one example I can quote is, now we have made the return filing staggered. Like some people, more than 5 crore would be filing on 20th, then some 22nd, so that the servers do not have that much load to take. So all such changes are being made, sir.
But that's a very large type, that's a ad hocism. Is it very difficult for us to have that bandwidth for all, or is the quality of the software that has been made is shoddy, that it needs a lot of bandwidth to be filed? Is that right or wrong?
Yes, sir. Sir, you are right. The software developed by Infosys is also at fault, and the government has recently summoned Infosys in this regard, and they will make
bloody problem.
People are
No,
facing
this is a
problems.
problem.
Yeah.
I saw in the army, I was the DG IT for a while, कि the chap, you tell him यार कि मुझे यहाँ से data भेजना है, he gives you a truck which is this wide, सड़क इतनी सी है, अच्छा 5 बंदे डालते हैं उधर ही मामला. And the chap who gave this job to Infosys at that time was not so conscious or conscientious or knowledgeable.
So how will you improve the system? There is fault in the system. I paid taxes, 2 lakhs. Still the income tax department says that you have not paid the taxes because it is not shown in the 26 years. But in a government department, our salary of Feb is paid only after I paid tax. So how improve the system?
So definitely we have to put in more funds into the hardware side, so that the IT infrastructure goes up. So that's one of the first key issues. And sir, we have to improve behavior change, sir, also, so that more people file returns. Compliance rates have to go up.
No, this system was not in place in 80s or 90s, and we filed the tax return manually. Now there is 26, all these things, and we have said that you have not paid taxes. Who is at fault? You have paid notice that you have kept 2 lakhs rupees of government. We have paid it through Treasury, the State Bank. So who is at fault? I am at fault, or your system is at fault?
Sir, the system is at fault.
Sorry. Just एक सवाल था, because you come from AIMS, and
Yes,
I know that AIMS has been a hotbed of some, there's a kind of an undercurrent in AIMS about the whole issue of reservations. I don't know whether you are aware of this or not.
Yes, sir.
Right? And then there are some people who are very opposed to it. And in the light of the recent Supreme Court decision about saying that reservation in promotions is not a matter of right,
Yes.
and then they have left it to the states, and there is a crossfire, political crossfire. What is your take on this? Reservations in promotions.
Sir, like the recent Supreme Court decision has said,
Yeah.
and before that also, sir, reservation can be allowed, sir, in promotions also, but at the same time we have to ensure that efficiency of the system is maintained. So we cannot have any lack on the efficiency, the administrative efficiency. If that is maintained, sir, reservation can be allowed, sir.
But in some
गोलमाल हो गया तो इसमें कोई बात तूने बताई नहीं.
Parameters? What are
No.
the parameters?
The question is, you can either have efficiency as the criteria, or you can have reservation as the criteria. So which out of the two?
Sir, efficiency would take first place in my...
So you mean to say, do you say now that there should be no reservations in promotion?
Sir, but I think there is some sort of a supplementary relation. It's not necessary that if we are giving reservation, we are certainly compromising on this, because even people from reserved category can be very competent.
Yeah, so by all means, if he is competent, then only efficiency and merit is being taken care of. it is not merit does not mean that a reserved category cannot go up. So please make a commitment. What do you say? Is it merit or is it efficiency?
Sir, efficiency.
Is it merit or is it reservation? Sorry.
Sir, other than these criteria also, sir, the third is the representation also from different sections we have to take into regard. So in that case, sir, that will also factor.
हल देना फिर हल क्या है?
Sir, reservation in promotions can be there. Taking into
No. Should be there or should not be there?
Should be there.
In my opinion, it should be there.
Yes.
That is what you are saying.
Yes, sir.
So that means efficiency doesn't matter.
Sir.
मेरे पास एक और हल है.
Yes, sir.
ठीक है? I am trying to bring numbers to your thought.
Okay, sir.
If I say that instead of whatever this percentage, dearest minimum this much percentage of reservation will be there in promotion, right? Not same as it was here, and there is no ban in the reserved category even be rest only instead of say whatever 40%. Reservation 20% is assured, rest is open. ऐसा नहीं हो सकता. Representation भी हो जाएगी और merit भी ज़्यादा हो जाएगी.
Yes, sir. So that can be one of the ways.
So as you go up, the percentage of reservation can be reduced.
Or you can actually tweak it a little bit more also. Right? Because reservation is the strongest form of affirmative action, meaning quotas. At the higher level, for promotions, you can soften the requirement of quota and say it is not necessary, that reservations have to be there. Some kind of preferential treatment is desirable in order to, as you pointed out, the reason to be maintaining the diversity of the population. So some kind of preferential treatment owing to those people who are above bar and who have performed well in the last 10 years or 15 years may be given a promotion on an out-of-term basis or however you wish to justify it. So that is another, because we are stuck with that word, reservation, which usually translates into quota, which is the strongest form. There are other lighter forms of affirmative action or preferential treatment also. So you can open up on that front also.
Yes, sir.
Dr. Sahab, I have 5 or 6 questions for you.
Yes, sir.
And I listen to your answers. You are suggesting sometimes amalgamating public health with private, support. Let me tell you the figures you must be knowing. Let's come on the common ground.
Yes.
In Delhi, the ratio is 1:300, one doctor to 3,300 patients in Delhi. That is the capital city of India. In the worst cases, as high as 16,000, 18,000 in West Bengal and Bihar.
Yes.
We have 2 states, there's no specialist, Tripura and Manipur. We have PGI, I come from Chandigarh, the ratio is 1:12,000. And on the other hand, we have 7-star, 5-star hotels where you are seeking support from, which are unaffordable. We have private clinics where the consultation fees is not less than 500 rupees, an average one. Who will provide what for a common man? From where? Which solution are we seeking? Isn't it a fact? Again, I am not saying, it's a Google which is saying 55,000 doctors every year are churned in India from private colleges, out of which more than 50% are on payment seats of 1 crore to 2 crores. They want to come out and compensate their parents and their finances. How do we find the common ground? What are we talking and how? I mean, people like you, we expect to give solution. Rather, we would love to listen to you very patiently, address these actual problems on ground, sir. How do we do it? I'll suggest you the solution which I saw with my own eyes, but I want to know your views. How do we go about it?
So for the rural infrastructure, health infrastructure, I sir totally agree with you that a lot of doctors do not want to serve in the rural areas, especially after they have paid, like you said, capitation fees, and in private colleges they have paid a lot of fees.
One part. And second, a good guy, MBBS doctor, is not being given job where he gets more than 10,000 or 12,000 or 15,000 rupees. Why should he go there? Why should he serve there? That is a second, again, hand situation bana hua hai, sir. patient, doctor, doctor's finance, finance of the institute, financial health of the country, financial health of the private clinics. Where does the commoner fit in, sir? He fits in with the neeli-peeli goli of a quack. And the worst, another thing, the latest now, Modi is butting in. The kind of corruption which is going through the pharma companies is phenomenal. I am dealing with 2 or 3. Phenomenal. I will tell you later, not here, what is the volume of it and what is the mechanism of it for sugar patient. How the parameters have jumped from 200 come down to 150 for sugar, random, which used to be 200 20 years, 30 years back, they have been reduced to 150. There is a 2 billion worth of market for one tablet by one company, which is selling tablet for one tablet for 50 rupees, which is otherwise costing 2 rupees or 3 rupees. Now, what are the solutions? मेरे को तो कुछ अंधेरे में दिखाई नहीं देता सर. डॉक्टर साहब, आप इस पे कुछ ओरिजिनली सोच के बताइए. And speak honestly. Speak honestly. This is a mock interview. Let your voice be, heard by 4 or 5 commoners, and you have now seen both the ends. I am feeling sorry that here is a super talent from top institute sitting in IAS cadre, handling GST, not addressing the needs of the patient. I am voicing as a commoner, not as a panelist.
Yes.
Sir.
So regarding rural healthcare, I think we need to develop a cadre of frontline health workers. Most of the problems of primary healthcare are very common problems, simple, and we can promote preventive health, and for that we can develop that cadre. So that rural people who belong to those areas, they are capable enough to handle those problems themselves. Then sir, the problem of asking outside doctors to go there who have spent a lot of money on that is not there. So in that regard, sir, I support that bridge course that has been set by the government, because that would help the government take care of a lot of the rural population, sir. So that is regarding the rural, sir, healthcare.
And from where those doctors will come? You mean for internship we send them there?
Bridge course.
Bridge courses, sir.
Bridge courses.
Like even the doctors who are BAMS, who have done Ayurvedic, they can very well, sir, throughout their course also, they are already taught all the basic physiology and anatomy, everything.
Okay.
So, sir, that can help, because India is a big population and we cannot have doctors go to all the areas. So we need to develop the indigenous rural people themselves who want to serve there, who are from there and who want to serve there, so they can handle the basic problems.
Okay.
Regarding, sir, the corruption in the pharmaceutical sector, sir, there is no denying there is a big time corruption there, and there are studies that are sponsored by pharmaceutical companies in order to further their own interests. So,
Okay.
sir,
How do we address that?
sir, the only stricter regulation is one of the big things that has to go forward, that any kind of study that is sponsored by a particular pharmaceutical company, it has to be seen strongly, properly, that it is not furthering their interests only.
Can't we have some RTI system exclusively for medical through administrative services, where they have to disclose the ingredients and the formulations and the pricing structure?
Definitely, sir.
If FDI of America is hitting you hard when you send your drug there, why can't we do it here?
Sir, yes, that is one of the solution, and we can have a multi-pronged approach, sir. Various,
Okay.
but stronger regulation is at the basic core
I
of
agree.
it.
But how do I do this, sir? How do I address to the person who has not given any donation, but उसको बेचारे को फिर वो ambulance job मिल रही है 10,000 रुपए महीने MBBS? How do we motivate that doctor? What's his fault? एक आपने दिखा रखा है polyclinic as per the standard of Government of India, which will have an X-ray plant, a pathology lab, 35 bedded hospital in a village. वहाँ पे कुत्ते भौंक रहे हैं यार. There's nothing. Nobody wants to go there. There is no mechanism, no medicines. One compounder is running the show. How long this misery will go, yaar? समझ नहीं आती.
Sir, but if we develop the rural order, I think, sir, these problems can be handled very well.